Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this season of the BearPod podcast. I'm going to be straight with you. It's been a good little minute since we have all sat down. A nice long minute since we sat down on the couch and actually been together collectively as a group, especially recording. Like we had plans to record, and then every time we planned to, something happened. Technology wasn't technologying, and classes were classing. And,
Zoom calls.
It's just been a whole lot going on. Before we get into everything, I just want to introduce my co-host to my left.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Damon DeBose II, otherwise known as D2. I'm a junior multi-platform production major.
To my right.
Your boy Sam is back. Y'all know me. Multi-platform production senior, Sam Kane. Young Sam Kane. You feel me?
And just to introduce myself again, I'm Kayla Ray, senior multimedia journalism major here. But let's do a quick brief check. How are we doing on this fine Thursday today? What's going on mentally? How are we feeling?
I'm low-key trying to get back into the swing of things. These past 3 weeks have been rough, to say the least. Homecoming kicked my butt, with the tomfoolery to having that third good. Did midterms right after that. And now I'm finally getting back to the usual swing of things. My grades have
Ooh.
I think it's just been a roller coaster. Like this month, it's crazy because right now it's the weekend before Halloween, and all the tomfoolery that they referred to happened on the 3rd of October. So it's been 24 days since that happened.
He's doing the math.
Feels like it was
yesterday.
The math is mathing.
And it's just, oh my God, like I don't even know. I was just telling some of other people today. Today is the first day I feel like I can really just like take a deep breath and really relieve, because it's like you had all that craziness happen, and then as soon as that was finished, right into midterms, and I'm like, I don't know about y'all, but I had midterms in every single class. Like I didn't have a class without a midterm.
I mean,
how you doing, Kayla?
Yo, this whole October feels like it's just been a blur. I'm gonna be real with you. It doesn't feel like we're at pretty much the end of October.
Facts.
But it also feels like it's been the longest month ever. I don't know how that can work at the same time, but it feels like it's been the longest yet shortest, fastest month all at once. And for me, I took the incident very it hit me kind of hard, just because I knew, of course I was worried about the people that were immediately affected, but just I was really concerned about our university's perception to the rest of the world and the country after this. The conversation about my beloved university after this, and it was getting me really heated. I was really upset.
Please.
For at least the week following. I was just like, yo, like, they're going to follow their own narrative of what they want to think about us. So it's important that we just maintain whatever we feel about our university, what we know to be true about it, versus what people are going to say, because they're going to talk regardless. But
that's true.
We're the ones that actually go to the school and live it every single day.
I think it was so easy for people to just point fingers from the outside looking in. And it's, like, I'm not going to name any names, but, it's crazy because the surrounding HBCUs, like I know that Bowie lended a hand afterwards, and like shout out to them. They said y'all could come through their own homecoming because they didn't have one, and Bowie and Morgan have always kind of been like this. But some of the other communities really were all, as soon as it happened, they hyped on that. Oh, well, ghetto Morgan, ghetto Baltimore, so they just don't send their kids there.
Something that I really didn't like, there was an incident again at Bowie that same weekend, and I was there, and I knew immediately what the narrative was going to be right after it happened. Somebody that I followed, someone I considered to be a friend since elementary school, actually said some crazy stuff on their social media. She went to Bowie, and she had some crazy stuff about Morgan State students after, and I respectfully had to cut her off and then correct her on what happened, actually, respectfully.
That's a different type of cutoff. To cut them off and then correct them afterwards, that's different. I need to take some notes from you.
It was hard to do, but I was like, you're not going to talk, regardless of our history, you're not going to talk down on something that I feel very passionately about, especially on something I know to not be true. Right. And later on, facts came out confirming. I know we're talking kind of in code right now about things. We're just trying to be as cautious as possible with what we're referring to, but I'm sure if you're watching this as a Morgan State student or parent or whatever, you understand.
You know exactly.
Shout out
what's
to
going
the
on.
alumni though,
Shout out to
because
the
as soon
alumni.
as the events happened, the alumni came in.
Y'all
They
showed
set
up.
They showed up. They came in. They
Showed
came physically to comfort the students. You know what I mean? They were on social media talking about, don't you dare try to drag my beautiful HBCU's name through the mud. They were like, look, there are so many beautiful and positive things that come out of Morgan, and the fact that people tend to only look at the one negative thing that happens a year and run with it, and they weren't going to let that, they just weren't going to take that on the chin.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Even though I wasn't there for it, it warmed my heart. I think it was the Morgan moms that just came up on campus and, started hugging the students and whatnot, comforting them and whatnot. That meant a lot. I was like, yo, that y'all really came through. The alumni really came through for us, in the time of our struggle for real. And, just to see that we really got a community out there, that's looking out and, understanding, what was going on during that time.
Yeah, I definitely think that this event, while it was unfortunate, it brought out a lot. It brought out the good and the bad for our university. It brought out the flaws that our university has in terms of safety, and then it really made people step into action, which I do kind of hate when things only happen and change only happens when something bad happens first. I hate that that's how things have to work.
True.
But a lot of times we don't get any resolutions to problems without the problems being grand. And so while that's unfortunate, I'm glad that administration here at Morgan is at least saying that they are going to be taking steps in the coming years. We'll be long gone by the time all of their plans are fully come to fruition, but they're taking steps and taking action to make our campus safer. But in terms of just making sure your mental is safe, I remember coming back the week after, a little bit worried. I didn't really want to be here back physically on campus just yet, even though I'm in state. So my parents were like, well, they're saying you have to go to class, so you gonna go to class.
I was here the day after reporting for WEAA. And Jared was here too, and a couple of others were here too. So some of us, we didn't really get that much of a break. We were right back in the swing of things because someone has to present what happened to the students. And so as part of the School of Global Journalism and Communication, that's our job.
It's kind of our job, and that's the nuance of the situation. And this kind of thing isn't going to stop when we leave the school either. If we choose to go into any field of media / journalism and production, your job, your role is to help tell stories. And so this is a story that happened to hit close to home, very close to home.
Yeah.
And so it really, it kind of prepared us or helped us get into that flow of breaking news and breaking stories and storytelling in real time as it happens. So it was very difficult. I had a midterm assignment where we had to do a report, not a report, but a news article recapping what happened and student, faculty, staff reaction. That was kind of hard to do because it wasn't just some little thing. Like, this really happened. And people are still recovering from it. Some people wish that there was still some conversation around it. Others feel like they're milking it and just using it to their advantage to kind of get out of assignments and things like that. Just the whole mental health thing, which I hate. If you're one of those scummy people that kind of use people's trauma to your advantage to get out of work and things like that, you need to reevaluate yourself.
Yo, my parents were not playing with me the day after, because I was there the night it happened, like right when it happened, and then the next day I was here at SGJC, getting pictures for something. But as soon as they, saw what was going on, they still hadn't, seen some change. It was like they bought the flight that same day to get me back to Detroit. They were not playing with me, yo. So, and I'm still like kind of recovering, grades wise, and mentally trying to get this stuff back together after everything. But we're going to lock it in.
I mean, for me, it's not even just, you have to take into account as a student, without all the craziness happening, you are a student and then you also have your personal life. So trying to balance classes, a podcast, and a job, and personal relationships, that is a lot to handle.
Yes, indeed.
So it's very important that you kind of take your own mental health days. Am I recommending that you skip class? Absolutely
not.
Absolutely not.
Get y'all butts in class.
Go to
please.
class.
It's that time of the year when people start.
It's crunch time.
I promise you.
I can miss that one. I can miss them. Pick and choose your battles, please. Don't set yourself up for literally. Don't set yourself up for
Talk to your teachers.
Man, just
Communicate.
Talk to your teachers. That's the real truth.
Talk to your teachers. Let your teachers, professors. Let them know what's going on with you. I know they get real picky about that. It's professor.
No disrespect. My bad. No, my bad.
But
my
make
bad.
sure you communicate with them what's going on with you mentally, because I'm sure most of them, hopefully, will have some form of understanding and can compensate and kind of help with that.
There are also lots of on-campus resources
Plenty.
for counseling and therapy for free. FREE.
Make sure you check out our counseling center for sure. They have flyers everywhere. If you don't know where the counseling center is located, it is located on the 3rd floor in the counseling center. Obviously the counseling center, but in Holmes Hall is where the counseling center here is located.
I thought it was in Old Jenkins. Glad to know that. Yeah, I thought it was in Old Jenkins the whole time.
They do really good work. It's not like, I know some people think, they're really good in
They
it.
also have virtual options as well if you're not comfortable going in person. So please do what you need to do. Again, not condoning skipping class, but making sure that your mental health is priority, because you cannot perform how you want to perform in class academically or socially on campus if your mental health is not where it needs to be. And that means taking your personal days, eating right. I struggle with that. Eating right, drinking your water, communicating with your peers, making sure you have a good system, good friends around you that can really lift you up when you need that kind of extra help. Those are just some of the things that you can do for your mental health. And of course, if you feel comfortable talking to a professional, therapist, psychiatrist, all of those kinds of things.
Got you.
What's up, BearPod? Sam got a little upgrade right here.
Oh,
Wow.
not the upgrade.
Upgrade is crazy.
Okay.
Y'all know who it is. It's me, Deron Miles, multimedia production major. Veteran of BearPod at this point. I'm old
At this point.
You are?
I'm kind of old at this point. I'm
Really?
not a new face.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant age. I'm like, really? How old?
I mean, I'm about to be
Wow.
next month, so.
I think Kofi, our other
Kofi's
member, is
26.
like older.
What?
Yeah, Kofi's
He's
like 26.
grown.
What?
Kofi's old. Kofi's halfway to 30.
Shout out Kofi.
Shout out
How you
Kofi,
doing?
yo. Godly.
You know, I think that right now, we were just talking about mental health and all of that. I think another way to keep your mental health strong is indulging in your favorite hobbies. And one of my favorite hobbies is listening to music.
Great segue.
That was actually really good. Yo.
Yeah, good one, yo. Good one.
Even though right now the music scene not so hot, there's nothing really catching my attention to listen to.
I have a few things to say.
What you guys to say?
I got a few things to say. First and foremost, Drake. That's my dog. Love his music from before like the 20s. for real. But his last 3 albums four have not been what I needed to be. What else? The rap scene. It has come very dull. There's no change into it. Either they're trying to go back to the 90s, early 2000s, or they're trying to go back to the like 2017, 2016 era where they're doing the,
Not the mumble.
Yeah, the mumble rap, and it's just throwing me off. So there's a lot of change happening, and I think there are some stars out there that are like Mariah the Scientist, who's doing alternative R&B. She said she's trying to make a new genre called alternative R&B. Sexy Red, as much as I don't listen to her music, she is, for the girls. Her, Meg Thee Stallion, Ice Spice, them 3, they will get you turned up.
I mean, for me right now, I think my favorite artist is very loose. I have my top of all time favorite artists. But right now in this moment, I think someone that was slept on and should have never been slept on, Victoria Monet. She just now is like getting the flowers she deserved. 4 years. She's written for so many artists, including Ariana Grande. And I didn't know that until a couple of years ago. And I wondered why I liked some of her R&B sounding songs. It's because, Victoria Monet assisted in writing them.
Yeah.
And she's finally getting her flowers, and I appreciate that. And I wish I could have seen her in concert when she came here, but I didn't.
So what be throwing me off of Victoria Monet is I be getting her mixed up. I mean, as much as their sounds so different, I be getting her mixed up with Janelle Monáe.
Really?
Yeah, like, cause like you gotta really look at like, oh, that's Victoria Monet. Like that's the Monet I'm thinking about, the most. Janelle. But
I mean, Janelle Monáe's music as of lately has been real out there. She's catering to we're talking about the same person, right? She was in Hidden
Yeah,
Figures.
Hidden Figures, classic health doc, Jadena, Electric Lady, like
the new Knives Out movie too. She was in that.
Was she in that? She was. Yep.
I don't know who I'm thinking of. Then.
She's like brown. She browner than me. Got short like black hair.
She was wearing suits a lot back in like 2014.
I remember now. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I liked her. She had an older song like 2018. It's like I like that.
Yep.
I don't really something. I like that song. Her other music doesn't really cater to me. I would say not doesn't cater to me. I just don't really gravitate towards it. But no, Victoria Monet, right now she's killing the R&B game and finally doing what she should have been doing all this time. People think she's a new artist, and she in fact is not a new artist at all. But back to the rap game. Who are your favorite rap artists?
Right now? I'm sorry. I stick with the big three. Cole, Drake, Kendrick. I don't think that list is in order. I'd say Cole is definitely at my top, but Drake and Kendrick, they fight for the second. Right now, Drake got it. Who I've been listening to a lot more.
You talking specifically rap?
Yeah, specifically like underground though. Isaiah Rashad, Westside Boogie, and Deontay Hitchcock. Those are the three I've been listening to a lot recently. What about you?
Okay, so I'm gonna throw up my boy Jid.
Okay,
that's one.
You like that fast rap? Jesus Christ!
It's not. It's not even just fast. Like if you listen to his project, he'll be throwing that fast, but he be talking. So
okay,
I'm
all right.
Jid. I'll throw in Cole. My top three right now, though. I don't know.
I don't even have a top three.
Exactly, top three is hard.
Top three is
yeah, because ain't been a lot of music coming out. Not a lot of good music.
The big three. We're gonna talk about that now later. Wayne, Nicki, Drake, all kind of not the same.
Nah,
not the same.
like
so I'm not expecting 2008 Wayne. I'm not expecting Nicki before Anaconda.
Can you really say that?
I'm not expecting
about Wayne though.
Wayne can do it sometimes, only like features.
Cause Carter 5 was heat.
Okay, I haven't listened to Carter 5.
You need to listen to Carter 5, bro.
But recently, Wayne just hasn't been hit.
Okay, that's fair.
Like my fault.
I'm just here. Hey y'all.
So like when you had Wayne when he was dropping Fireman,
right?
Like around that and before, like where Lollipop was with all that, that's Wayne heat. Collard Grove, the first one, heat. That joint with Future, heat. Drake Views, heat.
Yeah.
But now like they're a lot older. Drake kind of caters, like they said. Drake is a groupie.
Ooh. Elaborate. Help me understand.
Drake is a musical groupie because he tries to hop on different current waves.
I agree with your point, but I feel like Drake has that kind of status where he doesn't necessarily need to do all that to stay relevant. He could just go back to what he
gets off his name, definitely.
His name holds enough weight.
With the bars and then
and I definitely think it's because of the times that we're in with TikTok and short form media. It's because he needs to, but that goes back to my statement. He doesn't need to do stuff to stay relevant, but he's doing it anyway, and especially relevant on short form media platforms because all of his songs are viral on TikTok, every single one. So from recent albums that he's put out, and I think it's kind of telling as to what his mindset is and what his goal is. Which is always the money, like I get it, but in terms of putting out real stuff like that's. He don't really care.
Nah.
You can sense it.
He put his son on the album.
Question.
What I thought?
Are y'all barbs?
No.
Not a barb?
No.
You don't love Nicki?
I'm done.
You don't love Nicki?
So,
can you name
here's the thing.
What's your top Nicki song?
I grew up in the era where there were things that were set for boys. This is probably not going to be politically correct, but it's okay. There was things that were set for boys, and there were things that were set for girls. And, like, I just didn't listen.
Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap.
I hear you. I hear that. I promise you. You're probably right. But I, as a man, did not listen to female rap. And to this day, I don't. And
as a man do, but I just didn't listen to Nicki.
Wow.
Interesting. Why?
That's even
Elaborate
worse
on
than me.
that.
Nicki didn't really appeal to me.
I don't think female rappers appeal to me at all.
Okay, rap. There's some. I mess with Rico.
Okay.
I mess with Cody Shane. like when she was doing her thing earlier, and a couple more. I can't remember right now, but some female rappers they can rely.
Yeah, I think they can go. Like I'm not saying like female rappers can't rap. It's just I don't listen to them because I feel like that female rappers are for the women.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, well, I don't feel like male. Well, I don't disagree fully. I feel like you can find joy in any kind of music that you want to listen to.
yeah, true that.
For instance, because I don't really listen to all that much rap music just because I feel like I don't identify with what they're rapping about.
Yeah.
But that also goes for female rap too. I don't feel like I identify with what they rap about these days either.
Yeah, true that.
So rap as a whole isn't necessarily what I gravitate towards. However, old Nicki Minaj. I like old Nicki Minaj. But to wrap this very long conversation up, thank you all for watching this episode of the BearPod podcast. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully not so long after this.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully.
For sure. Peace out.
We out.